It's so fucking hot, y'all. So hot. Why you doing all that talking, cat? What's up? You must be looking for another cat, huh? It's this cat that's walking around, and I don't know if it just keep meowing, meow. I don't know if it's looking for another cat or what. It look like it's looking for somebody. Like, you know how you be looking for somebody and shit? That's what the cat look like it's doing, looking for somebody. Like it's walking around looking. You know, so there's that. Hey, how you doing? Hutafia. That's a hell of a name. What's up, Cheryl? How you doing today? How your Saturday going? Hutafia. How you came up with that one? Hutafia. It's a hell of a name. Yeah, I'm doing all right. I mean, I cut my hair. I don't know if y'all can tell. I cut it. I'm trying not to get the back cut because I want to let it grow a little bit. I don't really want to get like no line up. Oh, it's good. It's all good. I ask because I care. Want you to have a good day. It's hot as hell here. I don't know what's going on. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I cut it while I was in the tub. So, I did pretty good, I think. I feel like one of those wavers, like, them wavers when they put the shit on their hair and it wave up. Like, I feel like I got some shit going on like that. But I was just thinking, why people make things that's easy difficult. You know what I mean? I don't really understand that, why people do that. I've been here for like a week and 2 days. So not even 10 full days that I've been here. And I've gotten a lot achieved in that little bit of time that I was trying to get achieved when I was at the Good Samaritan. But for some reason, it's just all of the stress and the drama and the gossip and the hoopla and all the, bullshit. Just seemed like it was making it more complicated than it actually had to be. Sometimes people make shit that's easy hard, which I don't understand why. Kratos, hi ma'am, where are you from? Hey Scorpion. I'm in Tampa right now. I guess I'm a Florida girl. I've been in Florida my whole life. Like, I was born in Omaha, Nebraska though. But I wasn't there very long. I was born on an Air Force base. with some undisclosed shit that happened. You know, shit like that. It's curling all up and shit. I need one of them damn do-rags. I need me a do-rag. But lay this shit down and, you know, let it set like the ocean. But I don't understand why people be making shit more complicated than it gotta be. I really don't. I don't think I will ever understand that. And it ain't even, I mean, it's not necessarily about helping. It's just don't get in the goddamn way. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta help, but just don't get in the way. Oh, thank you, Amelia. I appreciate it. Yeah, just don't get in the way. You know what I mean? Like, don't make it harder than it needs to be. If you're not gonna help, at least stay out of the way so you're not stopping me. You know what I'm saying? Like, people play too many goddamn games. And that shit just make it more complicated than it need to be. Like, I was listening to Frankie Beverly Mays, and it was he was saying, what the fuck did he say? Damn, I can't remember the exact words, but it alluded to the fact that, like, he said he don't understand why people take their time playing the silly games that we play. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm getting to. Like, it really only makes it more complicated when you play these fucking games. Like, you know what I mean? People trying to manipulate other people, people trying to talk bad about people trying to make every little thing difficult. Like, I remember one day I was there and I was literally just listening to some music. It's hot as hell living in Florida. That's how it's like, hot. But I was listening to some music one day and I was, you know, in the comment area, and one of the girls like, oh, I don't nobody want to hear that shit and da 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 da. Like, bitch, put some headphones on if you don't want to hear it. We in a comment area, you know what I'm saying? People playing their TV or their phones, they playing videos on their phones, they got that shit turned up loud. What's wrong with a little music? Like, music soothes the savage beast. You know what I mean? And I guess that particular beast didn't want to be soothed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just don't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It don't make sense why people think that their life is going to be enhanced by making someone else's life difficult. Sweetie, when you put that shit out into the universe, that shit is coming back. You know what I mean? When you put complications into somebody else's environment on purpose, them complications coming back to you. Because I rebuke that shit. I rebuke all complications, all difficulties, all manipulations, all scandals and scams. I rebuke that shit. So that ain't gonna affect me. It's not gonna make my life any more difficult. You know what I mean? It's frustrating at times, but once you learn how to navigate and fly above the frustration, people can't really piss you off as easily as they would like. You know what I mean? That's the rule. That's the rule, because it's like this. Because that's the rule. It's like you either gonna be rude or nice to anyone around you. Well, I mean, you treat people how you want to be treated. You get what I'm saying? You treat people how you want to be treated. And with that being said, you know, you should expect what you give out. And I think that's the reason why I end up getting frustrated, because I'm really nice to people. Like, I'm really genuinely a nice person. Like, I don't take nobody's shit, but I don't give anyone a hard time just because I'm having a hard time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't do that. I don't put my problems on other people. I try not to. You know, and if I'm having one of those days where I just can't find something to be optimistic about, then I stay the fuck out the way. Like, I stay to myself. But people can't do that. I don't know what it is, and I don't know why. But people have a very difficult time. You keep squinting your eyes. I'm 41 years old. I'm supposed to have wrinkles. Don't give a fuck about no wrinkles. If I get wrinkles, that means I live long enough to actually get them. That's a blessing. You ain't gonna give a fuck about a wrinkle. That's another thing that I don't understand. What's wrong with aging? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? What's wrong with aging? What's wrong with aging gracefully? Like, it's so many different beauty products that these people come out with because y'all scared to get older. And y'all spend thousands upon thousands, if not millions, you know, to try to reverse the signs of aging. I'm happy to be 41 because I was supposed to be dead a long time ago. So I did something right. I defeated death. Real shit. A lot of my friends ain't make it to be past 25. So with that being said, I ain't tripping. I am not tripping, sweetie. A lot of my friends did not make it to see 25. And with that being said, if I got a wrinkle or two, then shit, I did something right. I got sunspots also. It's life. It's life. You know what I mean? It's okay to age. Look at all the celebrities out there trying not to age. They do all these things to their bodies. They get all these implants and the whole fucking nine. You know what I'm saying? And they do all of this shit to reverse the signs of aging. And then that shit start fighting their body. You know what I mean? Like, those things start attacking their bodies. You're supposed to age. And when you try to defy nature, nature fight back. Nature fight back, baby. So I'm okay with the wrinkles. But nonetheless, man, I just don't understand why people make easy shit difficult. Life ain't that fucking complicated. It really ain't. It's the games that people play that complicate things. And I just, you know, putting it out there. You can't. My son took me to Hill Steep to see if I still had it. We got to the top at the same time. I know that's right. Say, I still got it. I still got it. Lazarus say he still got it. Goddamn, we got to the top at the same time, nigga. You ain't did nothing. You ain't doing nothing, son. Oh, what's going on, Astro? Ain't nothing wrong with age, and that's the circle of life, right? That's the circle of life. It passed my dad up. He died a month before he was supposed to turn 41. I'm sorry to hear that, sweetie. I'm sorry. Rest in peace to your father. I hope that, you know, I hope you making it through that. Am I single? Why y'all be worried about whether I'm single or not? I don't know. I don't know if I'm single or not. Because people play too many goddamn games, you know what I mean? So it's hard to tell. It's hard to keep up. I can't keep up. I just do me. That's it. I just do me. You know what I mean? I'm happy to be alive. So with that being said, every day above dirt is good. Whether I'm with somebody or not, every day above dirt is great. Mommy, you need to talk to me. Who are you? How am I going to talk? I'm talking to you, Kyle. Just answered your question. You asked, are you single? You didn't even spell single right. Are you an adult, sweetie? I like you. Every year, every time years has passed, like I'm getting older. I don't feel sad. I feel like, shit, I'm killing the game. That's how I feel. I feel like I am killing the game. You too young for me, sweetie. I don't date anybody that's, no. You got to at least be 35 or older to ride this ride. I'm 41 years old. I can't date no 22-year-old. That's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, sweetie. I know that's right, Cheryl, because I can't do it. Because I can't. Do you like Mike Hunt? I've never met Mike Hunt. But I've seen Mike Hunt on my live a few times. I've seen that name a few times on my lives. And I don't think I've had any issues with him or her or whoever Mike Hunt is. I don't have any issues with anybody, really. I just can't date anyone that's under 35. You got to be at least 35 years old to ride this ride. I like where I'm at right now, because when I was younger, Kratos, I didn't know myself as well as I know myself today. You know what I mean? I didn't know what I would and I wouldn't accept. I was still pliable. You get what I'm saying? And people could do me any kind of way and I would let them. So with that being said, you can handle me, can you? I don't think so. I don't think so. But nonetheless, when I was younger, there were things that I would allow for people to do to me or say about me or to me that I wouldn't allow that shit today. Like, I'm not letting someone disrespect me and then accepting that and being like, oh, you can continue to do that. I'm not condoning that. So he's serious. Kyle Blues. I'm not laughing at you, sweetie. It's cute. It's cute. It's cute. I appreciate the interest, but I'm 41 years old and I don't have any children, and I am not trying to raise somebody else's child. Just not. Do you like Family Guy? I love Peter and Lois and Chris and Meg and Stu and Brian and Rupert and Joe and Cleveland and Quagmire and Tom Tucker. You done named every goddamn body. How long it took you to type all that shit, Dan? How long did it take you to type all of that? Because that's a lot of shit. Like, you put the whole cast in that motherfucker. Even Cleveland Jr. Nigga put everybody in that bitch. Okay, Kyle, let's get to it. I'm HIV positive, right? And that in of itself makes it difficult for anyone to date me. Okay? So there's that. And I've been through a lot of shit. You know what I mean? And HIV saved my life, because the shit that I was going through prior to finding out that I was HIV positive and the shit that I went through after finding out that I was HIV positive was life-changing. And just getting that diagnosis made me take back control of my life. It made me say, you know what? It's a lot of shit that I haven't done in my life that I wanted to do. And that's what I'm saying to you. You are 22 years old, sweetie. There are many things in your life that you have not done or experienced yet. And with that being said, I think you need to experience those things. You know what I mean? Like, it's you got to work your way up to a woman of my maturity level. You can't just jump in bed with somebody like me. You know what I mean? You got to really work your way up to that. So, I mean, go live life, experience life. No, you need to video call with me. Oh Lord, you persistent, I give you that. You are persistent, but nonetheless, I'm stand on what I said. You need to experience some things in life. You need to experience life, you know, the ups, the downs, the success, the disappointment. You know, maybe reinvent yourself a few times. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, reinvent yourself a few times. You know what I mean? Because with successes and failures, you grow and you mature. And you build character through those things. And that makes you a better person. You know? You don't like me. I don't know you not to like you. I don't know you, sweetie. I just know that you're 22 years old. You're telling me that you're 22. I don't even know if that's how old you. I don't even know if you're really a man. You could be a woman. I don't know what the fuck you are behind these goddamn computers. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know you. I don't know what you are, and I don't know what you're really into. Exactly. How did you contract HIV, if you don't mind? A medical professional stuck me with a spike needle. I don't have Telegram. I don't do those things. I got my email listed on my page, and that's the only way that you can contact me, because it's too many scammers and pretenders and, you know, pussy hoes and fuck bitches. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too much deception in this world. Well, you need to go pay somebody to do that for you, chat room goon. Pay somebody to do that for you, because I can't help you. I need some head too. If you find you somebody to give you some, tell them to come give me some too. Fuck. I'm just joking. I swear to God, I'm joking. God, I said hit that like button. Yeah, sure, tell them. But nah, yeah, she's a medical professional. It's a girl that I used to work with. She trained me how to be a phlebotomist, and she didn't train me properly. And I wrote a letter because my boss told me if I wanted to make a complaint on the way that I was being trained or the lack of training, I had to put it in writing. And my boss used that letter to fire this girl. And I had no clue that he used the letter to fire her. I didn't know anything about that. I was told that she put her 2 weeks notice in, and she went and got another job working in a healthcare facility, a Florida Department of Health Care facility that was testing people for HIV and COVID, and they was paying people to come and get tested. So her friend basically stepped to me and was like, you should come to the spot where me and Nikki work, and and, you know, come and get tested or whatever. And I was like, well, I'll come get them $20. And, you know, I do like Kyle's spirit. He's very persistent. But the girl was like, you know, come get tested. So I was like, all right, cool. I had been donating for like 2-3 years at that point, and I wasn't really concerned about HIV. I was only with one person, and I had been with him for 5 years. So I wasn't concerned. He was donating. We was both donating together. So I really wasn't concerned about HIV. I was just like, fuck it, I'll go and get tested, you know, to keep my status up to date. And plus I get $20 for it. So I went in thinking nothing of it. I didn't know it was smoke. Like, I didn't know we had smoke. You know what I'm saying? But it was smoke. So she was over there, she was fixing the needle, and the other girl was distracting me and talking to me the whole time. So while I was talking to the girl who invited me, which was Nikki's friend, Steph. So I was talking to Steph, and while I was talking to her, oh shit, my bad. While I was talking to Steph, Nikki was fixing the needle and she spiked that bitch. And exactly 45 days later, I was notified by the plasma center that I was donating at that one of my test results came back HIV positive. I went, which I found out it was on a weekend, so I had to wait until Monday to go and get a confirmation test. So when I went Monday to get the confirmation test, they tested me with the 20-minute rapid test and it came back positive for HIV. Little known fact, HIV takes 18 to 45 days for the antigens and the antibodies to show up in your bloodstream. So nonetheless, they did the 20-minute rapid test. They confirmed that I was HIV positive, but they also took blood samples and sent my blood to the lab just in case that was a false positive. And the lab results tested back HIV positive on 12/17/2020. I didn't think nothing of it. I basically just tried to get myself on my, antivirals, get my health together, and get my mind right, and get my mind wrapped around the fact that this was my life now. So years passed, like 2 years passed, and it got to the point to where I was basically being discriminated everywhere I went in the city, because unbeknownst to me, these people at the job were going around saying that I was purposely infecting people with HIV like the girl had done me. They was basically saying that I was doing to people what she had done to me. Okay, and I was not the first person that she did this to. It was another person that worked there also, that boyfriend popped up HIV positive out of nowhere. And the girl who worked there didn't have HIV, but the guy was donating there. Her boyfriend was donating there. And they did the same thing to him. They went around, they told everybody, they sprayed him, sprayed the girl, told everybody their business, violated their HipHop rights, the whole fucking nine. No, sweetie, it takes 18 to 45 days for the antigens and antibodies to show up in your bloodstream in a NAT test. A NAT test is an actual lab test where they take your blood to the lab and they test it in the machine. I was a phlebotomist. I also worked inside a hospital, inside the lab where we tested people's blood. Okay, you can Google this shit right now. Like LC Wiener black dress. Yeah, you can Google it, sweetie. It takes 18 to 45 days for the HIV antigens and antibodies to show up in your bloodstream. They are currently investigating this shit. Like I said, it took me 2 years to find out that she had did this on purpose. And the only reason why I found out is because I was getting put out of my house and I was going through all of my documents. I had like a big ass chest full of documents. And when I was going through my documents, I came across the test, which resulted as negative on October 26, 2020. That was when they tested me at the facility that the girl worked at. Well, on the paper was the date 12/17/2020. The same exact date that the lab resulted and confirmed that I was in fact HIV positive. And when I seen the paper and I seen the handwriting, I knew instantly whose handwriting it was, because she trained me, and I still got paper from her training me that got the same exact fucking handwriting on it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, is this bitch? How the fuck did she know that? Because, when something like that happened to you, you don't forget them dates. Like, I'll never forget 12/11 is the date that was on the paperwork that they sent from the plasma center. I'll never forget 12/14 as being the date where they confirmed that, I was HIV positive. I'll never forget 12/17 being the date where the lab seconded that confirmation and resulted in an HIV positive status for me. I'll never forget those dates. So when I looked at that result paper from 10/26/2020 and I seen the date 12/17/2020 on it, I instantly started going through other documents and was trying to find the documents that had the same date that correlated with that date. And I was like, this bitch, I mean, really, like, I had spent 2 years up until that point trying to figure out where the fuck did it come from. Like, nobody had it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody that I had been with sexually was HIV positive other than me. And initially, I thought somebody was lying. Like, somebody had to be lying, right? How the fuck I got HIV and nobody else don't got it, and I don't use needles and share needles, and I don't do any type of, you know, selling my body for sex? Like, what the fuck is going on, right? Well, when I came across that paper, I knew then. I was like, this bitch infected me with HIV. So I put together all of my documents, and I contacted the medical malpractice people, basically, and I made a claim. I made a claim for my HIPAA rights being violated. I made a claim for being discriminated and put it out of my house because Lutheran Services, a so-called Hopwell organization, was receiving funding to help house people with HIV, but they didn't give a fuck about housing me. You know what I mean? And I also put in a claim for the medical malpractice. I actually contacted the Office of Medical Malpractice Claims. And when I contacted them, and I spoke with the lady on the phone, because before I made the claim, I wanted to know if I had grounds to even make a claim. And I explained to her exactly what had taken place, and I explained to her the documents that were dated from 10/26/2020 that also had the date 12/17 written on them. And I explained to her how on that paperwork it had the governor of Florida being Rick Scott, and at that particular time our governor was Ron DeSantis. And the lady told me, she said, just that fact alone gives you right to make a medical malpractice claim. Just the fact that their documents had the wrong information on it. If you work in the medical field, you know that they get audited, and if their documents do not have accurate information on it, they can get shut down for that shit. Like, they could lose their licensing and the whole nine. So she instructed me to go ahead and file the claim, and I filed the claim. And when I filed the claim, I thought it was gonna be easy. I don't know why. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I thought it was gonna be easy, right? Because I could see that something wasn't right. So I just assumed that it was gonna be easy for them to see that something wasn't right. But it's been damn near 18 months now, and they're still investigating that shit. At first, I was frustrated with it. I was like, why the fuck is this taking so long? Why is it taking so long? You know what I mean? Yes, Kyles, that's why I told you that I'm not the one for you, sweetie. Thank you, Cheryl. That's why I'm telling you, I don't think you is prepared for a woman of my caliber. You know what I mean? So nonetheless, it's been 18 months, and I'm really just ready for this shit to be over with. But God keeps telling me that it's going on for as long as it has, because they are finding more and more and more evidence to support your claim. So the universe is telling me to just be patient and just focus on healing from it, because it's so much deception and betrayal and manipulation. Yeah, it is a bitch to pursue. It is, really. But it's so much deception and betrayal involved in what happened to me that the universe is saying, just focus on my healing. Do what I need to do. Like, if they call me or contact me and they're asking for more information or more documents, you know, to be transparent with them, but to also use this time to focus on healing and, you know, just getting it in touch with myself. Like, being okay with the fact that this lady changed my life forever, and I can never take that back. Like, I can never give it back. You can't separate it from out your blood and say, oh, here you go, here's the HIV back, you can have that shit. You can't do that. it forever changes your life. And I talk about it a lot because I want to spread awareness that, you know, sex is not the only way to get HIV. Kyle is annoying himself. He's so frustrated right now. Kyle don't know. Kyle need to grow up a little bit more. Kyle need to experience life a little bit more. And, you know, I'm not saying not to date somebody that's HIV positive. I'm just saying that it's a lot of shit that come along with that, Kyle. But nonetheless, you know, it is what it is. There are more ways than sexual contact to contract HIV. Some people are born with it. You know, 'cause imagine that. Imagine not doing one thing wrong to no motherfucking body in this world, this particular lifetime. And as soon as you get into the world, you already faced with some shit that you can't give back. And you gotta live your entire life with that. You know? And nobody really gives a fuck because they think you got it from fucking. Imagine that. I mean, mine is hard because I didn't get it from sex. And that's what people think when they hear it. That's the first thing people think. Like, I've had people say things like, oh, well, you need to just stop fucking then. Like, bitch, you don't even know me, and you don't even know how I got this shit. But the first fucking rude-ass comment you can make, you make it out of ignorance because you don't know shit. But you are out here prostituting. You're a fucking prostitute. And you trying to look down on somebody else. And I'm literally fighting for you. I'm fighting to spread awareness so that you don't contract this shit. Exactly. Heterosexual black females are the largest group affected in the U.S. That's exactly what I be saying. I am looking to the future. I mean, it's been one hell of a ride for me. Like, I've come to the point to where I realized that I have the ability to manufacture supplements that serve as an alternative treatment for HIV. And I found that out because my mother and my husband got together and hid all of my medications and changed my insurance, hoping that I would die. And I had to basically turn to supplements in order to maintain my HIV negative status because I couldn't get my medication for over 6 months. I was having a hard time getting my medications, getting my insurance straightened out, and getting everything situated. And within that time, I used a mixture of supplements to maintain my negative status, and it actually worked. So I learned a lot of stuff about myself because of HIV. Like, I learned a lot about my strength and my resilience. I learned a lot about God. I learned a lot about determination and dedication and not allowing others to steal what you know to be true about yourself. I am back on my medications. In order to be in this facility that I'm in, I have to take my medications every day. So I take the medications. My case management actually got me in the doctor, on my medications, and in this facility within 2 weeks. So, you know, kudos to Tampa because they not fucking off. Like, Jacksonville, I was slipping through the cracks. And I believe that was planned. But that's neither here nor there. That's what they're investigating. I'm not going to worry myself about that shit. Always watch your lives. Just never comment. But I hope God wraps his arms around you. The fact that you are telling your story. You're very brave. Pay these ignorant folks no mind and pray for them. Exactly. All things key. No, Nicole. All things key. Key Nicole. Am I saying it right? Key Nicole. I think that's what it is. Thank you for the comment, sweetie. That was beautiful, and I appreciate you and your positive words. And I pray for them every day. Right? I pray for them every day. But, you know, it's been 4 years now. So I don't know. I just tell my story so it don't happen to somebody else. I mean, when you go in these doctor's offices and you got to know that you can trust yourself and that you can protect yourself. So pay attention, ask questions, because not all medical providers are like that, but some of them are. Some of them are very vengeful and hateful and evil. I mean, I just Google, things like medical providers who violated laws and, risked the lives of their patients. Google that shit and you'll see all different types of things. Even being a medical provider, working in the medical industry, you are at very high risk for contracting some shit. You know what I mean? Like, you are at high risk of contracting various diseases and illnesses because you are literally on the front line fighting sickness. You are the first defense. When people get sick, they come to you. They come to the medical providers. And any little mistake could lead to your life being on the line. So it's just awareness and education is key in everything that you do. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, LC Wiener Black Dress. LC Wiener Black Dress. That's a hell of a name. 45th Street, North Side, Jacksonville, 6 block, KTA showing love. Oh, thank you, Jay Johnson, KTA. I appreciate it. Shout out to Duval. Duval! What? We in the motherfucking building, bitch. But yeah, I had to do that, I know. I had to one time for the one time, you know what I mean? Straight up. Yeah, I fuck with Duval, man. I mean, they made me into the person that I am. Like, I don't have the privilege of giving up on myself. So, you know what I mean? Long, cool woman in a black dress, same old. Oh, okay. I guess that's me in a black dress. But yeah, man, I mean, if you going through it, you getting through it, or you done got through it, man, just, keep your head up and take one day at a time, one step a day. That's it. That's all I can do is one step. I'm guaranteed to do one positive thing per day towards betterment. And that's what I strive towards. One positive step each day towards the betterment of myself. And that's how I face it. That's how I face it. I mean, the medical industry itself needs to be revived. Just like the system needs to be revived. It's a lot of outdated thought processes and outdated policies and procedures. And that's on us as American citizens. Like, it's on us to change these things and make them better. Not saying that our forefathers did a bad job. I'm just saying that the job that they did was designed for the times that they were in. And the times that we are in are vastly different. So we got to make strides towards modifying those procedures and policies and guidelines and standard operating procedures. And, we gotta do that. We got to update these things because we got to be very vigilant. Am I saying that right? Vigilant? Okay, I'm saying it right. And we got to be very vigilant about protecting ourselves and our children and the future. Because people have positions of power and they abuse their authority every day. And that's everywhere. It's teachers, pastors, preachers, first ladies, congregations, principals, counselors, therapists, social workers, government officials, politicians, Senate seat holders. You know, I could go on and on and on, but you get the gist of it. It's a lot of people that have positions of power that are abusing their authority every day. And these people don't think that they will ever be found out. And I don't know, God gave me the ability to see the thread that weaves it all together. And I thank God for that, because if it had not been for that particular gift, I would not have been able to put it all together and make it make sense. Because it didn't make sense for a very long time. It didn't make sense. And the fact that it didn't make sense made it more difficult to deal with. It made it harder to bear why these things had happened to me and how I was going to move forward if I didn't know what exactly had happened to me. I'm doing good, Udaya. How you doing, sweetie? I hope your day is going well. But yeah, you know, I mean, everybody ain't as strong as me. And that's okay. But if I could give somebody my strength, then that's what I'm going to do. Like, if I could give somebody else going through it a little bit of encouragement and a little bit of strength to make it through it, then that's what I'm going to do every day. I'm going to do that. Because I didn't have that. And I know how important it is to have that. So I'm going to get up off this live, man. I appreciate everybody in the building. We got Kendall, we got Joseph, we got Udaya, we got All Things, Key Nicole, we got Jay Johnson, LC Wiener, Black Dress. We got James Howard in the motherfucking building. What's up, James? We got Cheryl Martinez moderating in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? We got Beast Mode #1 in the building. Who else we got in the building? Fizel in the building. I hope I'm saying that right. Fazel or Fizel in the building. Kyle Boulis in the motherfucking building. Deepak in the building. What's up, Deepak? How you doing today? We got Kratos Thunder in the building. No ID Andy #2 in the motherfucking building. Who else in here? Bruce Wayne in the motherfucking building. Who else in here? Truly Yours, whatever, in the building. We got Chat Room Goon 410 in the building. And give us an ETA on that head now. So he needs some head. Give us an ETA. Where they at? Dan Tyler and this motherfucker. Who else? John Yoakum talking about Mike Hunt. So shit, shout out to both of y'all. Who else? Astro in this motherfucker. 99 in the building. Lazarus Rises in the building. Freaky Fidos in the motherfucking building. Shout out to Freaky Fidos and RIP to your father, sweetie. And keep your head up. I'm not even gonna say this motherfucking name because I don't like it. Amelia, I can't say your last name, sweetie, and I don't want to butcher it. So shout out to Amelia in the building. That comment was not about you. It was about somebody else that got an ignorant ass name. And I'm not finna repeat it. Scorpion in this motherfucker, nigga. And Hutafia. I really like that name, bro. I want to know how you came up with that motherfucking name, nigga. Nigga say Hutafia, nigga. So many things come to mind when I say that out loud. So shout out to y'all, man. Y'all be good to yourself, man. Be good to others because it's important. Be real with yourself, therefore you have the ability to be real with others. Andy Robbins, my favorite 80s song. Papa Don't Preach by Madonna. There you go. Favorite 80s song. Papa Don't Preach. That used to be my shit. I don't know why I liked it. I liked it, that song. But nonetheless, man, you know it don't take nothing to hit the thumbs up or the subscribe button. So if you was in the live and you was in the chat and you didn't do that, you gotta ask yourself, what the fuck are you doing here, son? What are you doing? What are you doing? Nonetheless, if you vibing with me, you digging the content, or you just feel like you know a friend that could use this message, please feel free and share the live, sweetie. And we got a couple more people just stepped in the room. Tech 3 times in this motherfucker too. Joseph Akron, I think I said your name once, but you know, shout out to y'all, man. Y'all be good. Have an eventful weekend. Have a beautiful Sabbath, and you know, make it happen. I'll catch y'all next time.